Some of the staunchest supporters of open borders are now simply closing them all. Germany is introducing controls at all border crossings. Until now, they were in force on the border with Poland and the Czech Republic, but now controls will regard all neighbouring countries. We want to reduce illegal immigration even further. To this end, we are now taking further steps that go beyond the comprehensive measures currently in place. Until we achieve strong protection of the EU's external borders by means of a new common European asylum system, we need to strengthen controls at our border. These controls will also enable the effective expulsion of migrants. To put it bluntly, Germany is just suspending the Schengen zone rules. The goal is to carry out deportations mainly to neighbouring countries. In other words, we will also be turning people back there, which means that the number of turnbacks will increase significantly. Since the introduction of border controls in 2023, we have already had 30,000 reversals, and this number will now be expanded. It is unclear how many of these 30,000 apply to Poland, as no one provides official statistics. On what basis such revocations will take place is also not clear. In theory, Germany has to prove that illegal migrants entered its territory from a particular country, but in practice, there is often no evidence of this. The continuation, or rather expansion, of border controls is unfortunately no longer surprising, as we have experienced the management of similar controls at various borders for many months. Hungarians have already announced that attempts to push for relocations to their country will be met with a response in the form of sending busloads of migrants straight to Brussels.
This action, if carried out, would be in clear breach of the EU law, but also it will be in clear breach of the principle of sincere and loyal cooperation, but also of the mutual trust. In addition, it will also undermine the security of the Schengen area as a whole.
Berlin keeps silent on the situation in Ukraine and does not take into account the fact that Poland, for example, has taken in millions of war refugees in recent years. Professor Tomasz Grosser, expert on international affairs at the University of Warsaw, says Berlin does whatever it wants. It is easier to take in migrants than it is to send them back later. It is certainly more difficult to send migrants from Germany outside the European Union than it is to dump them in neighbouring countries like Poland. Germany's decision is clearly due to the situation on the political scene. The far-right AfD is gaining more and more support from voters precisely because of its strongly anti-immigrant rhetoric, and this in turn is causing a panic in Berlin. The problem is that the same politicians who today talk about the need to close the borders were, only a few years ago, calling on other European countries to open them.